Okay, when you multiply fractions, before you multiply, you want to see if you can simplify first. So let's say we have an example to where we have 36 and we multiply that times 5 over 8, the fraction, times 9 over 15. First thing I want to do before I try to multiply all of this, first of all, I want to make it all look like a fraction. So what I'm going to do is put 36 over 1. Now, if you have something at the bottom that relates with something at the top, then you can reduce those. So when I see a 5 at the top, that will go on a 15 at the bottom 3 times. And so what will happen is now I have 36 over 1 times 1 over 8, 1 being a placeholder, times 9 over 3. Now I also know that this 3 can go into 9, but it can also go into this 36. So I can cross 3 out and it will go into 36 12 times. So what I have now is I have a 12 over 1 times 1 over 8 times 9 over 1. And so before I even multiply, 8 is an even number, 12 is an even number, so they both can be divided by 2. So if I divide 12 and 2 and 8, 2 goes into 12 6 times. 2 goes into 8 4 times. So what I have is 6 over 1 times 1 over 4 times 9 over 1. And then you just keep trying to reduce. So I see 4 and 6 are also even, so they both can be reduced by 2 as well. So this becomes 3 and this becomes 2. So what I end up with, coming back to the top, is 3 over 1 times 1 over 2 times 9 over 1. And everything is reduced at this point. So all you do now is multiply straight across the top, straight across the bottom. So I have 3 times 1, which is 3, and times 9, which comes out to 27. And then 1 times 2 is 2, times 1 is 2. So the answer would be 27 over 2. Or if you want to change it to this is an improper fraction. If you want to change it to a mixed fraction, what you would do is see how many times 2 will go into 27. Well, we're going to 13 times, since 2 times 13 is 26. And so it would be 13 and 1/2. When dividing fractions, it's the same thing as multiplying, except first you have to flip, which call a reciprocal. So let's say we have 1 divided by 2, and that's divided by 3 divided by 4. Well, what you would do is you would take the 3 over 4 and flip it, and so it becomes 1 over 2 times 4 over 3. And so actually when you divide fractions, you actually multiply, because you multiply the reciprocal of the second. So remember, before I multiply straight across, I know that 2 will go into 4 2 times. And so what I have is I have 1 over 1 times 2 over 3. And when you multiply that together, the answer becomes 2 over 3. Also, you might see dividing fractions in this form. So let's say we have 28 over 15, and we're dividing that by 21 over 5. So you see them stacked on top like this. What you would do is still, the second one, or the bottom fraction, is actually the second. So you still would flip it and multiply. So it becomes 28 over 15. And it becomes multiplied times 5 over 21, which is the reciprocal of the bottom. So before I try to multiply straight across, I want to see what I can cancel. I know that 5 goes into 15 3 times. And 28 and 21 both have 7 in them. So 7 divides 28 into 4, and 7 divides 21 into 3. So this becomes 4 over 3 multiplied times 1 over 3. Everything is reduced, so then you multiply from this point and you end up with 4 over 9, which is the answer.